Hey YouTube, so I'm on my way to work from the gym and I'm listening to some of my usual subscriptions and I realize that, you know, you guys have seen my travels and stuff like that, and I've rambled on about politics without giving away which way I actually swing. And I won't give that away because I really don't want to deal with the whole political agenda bullshit. Especially since my political views are all over the map. But I don't talk about myself as much. But I had seen or listened to a video as I'm driving about how some women don't like men because of past sexual trauma. Okay. I can see how that would make a play on some people's sexuality. I also see that some people are born just, you know, women liking women or men liking men. I myself am bisexual. And you know, I have a great time with either side. And the thing is I've had past sexual trauma. I was molested as a child. I was raped as an adult. And really, I don't want to get too much into it. But I don't see where... I guess I can see where the difference is because I was also raped as a child. But some people still put that as I was molested. I was both as a child. And for those of you that don't realize, molestation is just touching on the outside, really all over making you uncomfortable, and rape normally has to do with penetration. So I guess you can say, you know, it was both. And then I was raped as an adult. That experience in itself, I don't think shaped my sexuality. I think some of it had to do with the fact that I grew up, you know, men liked women, women liked men. Anything that was different, this is going to sound so horrible, anything that was different was okay, but not in this family. One of my parents, I'm not going to specify which one, said that if their daughter or son became gay, bisexual, lesbian, whatever, that they would be disowned. And I didn't come out as bisexual until after that parent passed away. And one of my siblings, I'm still not sure which one it was, told my grandmother about me being bisexual. And I didn't know about this yet, but I decided to come out to her because I was really close with my grandma. And sorry. So I asked if I could come out and visit her. I'd bring the kids so she could see her great-grandkids. And that I needed to talk to her. Well, of course, if she gets to see the great-grandkids, she's going to say, yes, you know, bring them on by. And it was almost an hour drive from my place to her place at the time because we were like 4 towns away from each other. So I went to visit my grandma and the kids are playing and she looks up and she goes, well, you said you needed to talk to me. I said, well, Grandma, I really don't know how to say this, but you know, I like both women and men. I'm bisexual. She goes, oh yeah, one of your siblings told me that. Is that all? I was like, wait. One of my siblings outed me to you? She goes, Yeah, but it's really not that big of a deal. Do you realize how many people in our family are bi? I was like, serious? I really had no clue because they came out to one of the most conservative people in our family, which was my grandmother. But she accepted us. And she wouldn't tell me who else was. She's not going to out anybody. And, I think the biggest thing about this is, our biggest things, I'll put that, is that sexual trauma doesn't always define your sexuality. Because if sexual trauma defined my sexuality, I would not like men at all. And another point I want to make is that if you're going to out somebody, you're an asshole. You don't out somebody on their sexuality. That is up to them. I don't care if your best friend is gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, queer, questioning, intersex. You don't out them. Don't out them. That is their business to out. If they want everybody to know their business, they'll let them know. Now, I don't have a problem with saying I'm bisexual at all. My children know I'm bisexual. I'm not sure they quite understand what it means yet, except maybe my son. And that's okay. But I don't want them to think that I'm hiding that. I don't want them to think that there's something wrong with it. And the funniest thing about it is their father, my husband, was extremely anti-gay rights. And here's the funny thing. I didn't even come out to myself until I was like 20, 21. So I wasn't even out to myself. And I did not come out to my husband until I was 25. And that was because I had an affair with a woman. And anytime, I'm not an angel, I'm not a saint, I've messed up. But anytime I have had an affair, or at least what I considered was an affair, I've always ratted myself out and told my husband. I was honest with him. So, it's just, I hear that and, hold on. I had to check in at the guard station, and so I really didn't want the poor girl who doesn't know I'm filming a YouTube video to be in my YouTube video and then go, what the hell, if she ever comes across it. So anyway, just like any other straight male, of course my husband would get turned on by the idea of two women together. And so he wasn't completely anti-gay rights, but since I came out, he has looked at more views, and he's turned around quite a bit. So, when I first came out, I thought it was going to be, he's going to divorce me because I'm not straight. And no, we've been married, holy flip, 17 years. And we've had our problems, don't get me wrong. There's been a few close calls on divorce. But he's been pretty supportive of the journey and everything. And, he still said that he doesn't know how he would react if one of our children were to be gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender. He doesn't know how he'd feel as a father. And I get that. I think I'd be pretty okay with it, just given the fact that even before I came out, I was pro LGBT rights, and I've got friends in every part of the spectrum. So it never really bothered me. I just thought it was about like being as different as your skin color. And you know, when you have friends spanning the world when it comes to race and culture and sexual orientation, sexual identity, I really didn't see any need to be prejudiced, because really there is no need. Now, of course, I'm not out to everybody, unless everybody watches this video. But I don't see the point in really hiding it. But I know that if it were to, say, affect my job, yeah, I'm not coming out. I'm a married woman with children. That's all that they need to know. So, in closing, I just hope everybody can be comfortable with themselves enough to know who they are. And by golly, if you are a straight person, go ahead and claim you are a straight person. If you are bi, claim you're bi. If you are gay, claim you're gay. If you are transgender, claim you're transgender. And if you're lesbian, claim you're lesbian. But don't let others define who you are. And don't let them say that life experiences have necessarily made you who you are, because I know plenty of people who are lesbian, never been sexually assaulted. They just prefer women. And that's okay. I do know lesbians that think that they're probably lesbian because of past sexual trauma. And that's okay too. But you need to know who you are and love who you are. So, I love you all. Blessed be, and live safely.